Hello all, once again you all are welcome in my YouTube channel. Today we are going to do the fourth lecture of artificial intelligence series, that is knowledge based agent. So let us start with the first of all the basic concept. What is a knowledge based agent in an artificial intelligence? So first of all you have to understand what the intelligent agent is. The intelligent agent basically it's a kind of sensor which basically take the input from the real world and taking decision and reasoning to act efficiently. So in a simple terms we can describe the knowledge based agent is basically is nothing but the sensor. The knowledge based agents are those agents who have the capability of maintaining an internal state of knowledge, reason over that knowledge, update their knowledge after observation and take action. So this is the basic definition of the knowledge based agent. So knowledge based agents on the basis of the composed, there are of two types. One is knowledge base. They have two main parts. One is knowledge base and another one is inference system. A knowledge based agent must be able to do the following tasks. An agent should be able to represent states, action, etc. Just like in sensor, an agent should be able to incorporate new percepts, and an agent can update the internal representation of the world. An agent can deduce the internal representation of the world. An agent can deduce appropriate actions. So basically these are the knowledge based agent. The capabilities of knowledge based agent, what they can do, are mentioned here. Now moving forward, what is knowledge progression? See, this is the very important chart that we have to understand. In knowledge progression, how knowledge is progression. Sometimes people understand that data is basically a knowledge, or information is something what we call knowledge. So this diagram basically shows you how knowledge progress and how the knowledge get created. See how this knowledge get prepared. First of all, we have a raw data, we have to organize them, and when we do the analysis on that raw data, we'll get information. See, information is something which has some meaning. Then from the information we interpret and evolve, then it will create a knowledge. The knowledge is something which you will get it through the experiences and through the application. After this knowledge, this is the complete wisdom of a person to take an action. Whether that knowledge is a good knowledge or bad knowledge, that is the totally wisdom of that person whosoever take an action. In here we will see it is in sensor. So we'll move forward. Knowledge model. This knowledge model is again very important from the course point of view. The knowledge model, there is a degree of connectedness and degree of understanding. See, data. In data there is a very low degree of understanding and a low degree of connectedness. When we connected these data with certain rules or regulation, it will form an information. So by understanding relations or connected the degree of connectedness is something somewhere in the information. Then after from the information, when we connected them, the information, understanding the patterns, it will create a knowledge, and knowledge has a somewhat very good degree of understanding and degree of connectedness. Then after that, understanding the principle, how you have to evolve that knowledge, the wisdom of that sensor, and it has a high degree of connectedness and high degree of understanding. So we'll move forward. See, next is the architecture of knowledge based agent. This is very important and several times it is asked in the exam. This is the above diagram is representing a generalized architecture for a knowledge based agent. The knowledge based agent, which is also called KBA, takes input from the environment by the perceiving the environment. The input is taken by the inference engine of the agent, which also communicate with KB to decide as per the knowledge store in knowledge base. The learning element of the KBA regularly updates the KB by learning new knowledge. See, there is an environment from where you have to take an input. That is what we call environment, input taken from the environment, that will goes to the inference engine. Inference engine then searches that in the knowledge base whether the rules that you want to apply is in your knowledge base or not. If it is in the knowledge base, then it will give the output to the knowledge base agent. So knowledge base is it's a collection of the knowledge through where the inference engine extract whatsoever inference they want for the input from the environment and given it to the output. So this is an architecture of knowledge base agent. You can read it here also. Knowledge base is a central component of the knowledge base agent. It is also known as KB. It is a collection of sentences or kind of data sets. These sentences are expressed in a language which is called knowledge representation language, and the knowledge base of KBA stores facts about the world. Now the very important question arises, why use a knowledge base? Knowledge base is required for updating knowledge for an agent to learn with experiences and take action as per the knowledge. So basically the use of the knowledge base is to provide an good, we may say, the output to the sensor or a agent to take an action. So it is what whenever if our knowledge base is updated, then the sensors or an agent can take an good and appropriate action. So now move towards the next very important, inference system. Inference means what? Inferences means you have to take a decision from the particular from the commands or what we call knowledge or sentences given to you. A sentence is a proposition about the world. Inference system applies logical rules to the knowledge base to deduce new information. I think it is clear to you. By seeing this diagram, you can very easily understand this is an inference engine. There is a knowledge base. So from this knowledge base, the inference engine pick the best knowledge and which can be applied on this input from the environment and given it to the output. I think this is easy and easily understand. Now inference system generates new facts so that the agent can update the knowledge base. The inference system works mainly on two rules. I'll discuss it one by one. One is forward chaining. Forward chaining means matches the set of the condition and infer results from these conditions. For example, it is let us suppose this is you can understand with this example given here. A is true, B implies C, A implies B, C implies D. Then prove D is also true. This is sometimes asked in the exam. So don't worry with forward chaining. What you have to do, starting from the A, since A is true, then B is also true. Why? Because A implies B. And then after that, since B is true, then C is true. Then if the C is true, then D is true. This proved D is true, that we want to prove. This is the method what we call forward chaining. But now there is another method, that is what we call backward search or backward chaining. Here we will move from goal to the initial stage. For example, here also we want to prove A is true and same conditions are given to you. You want to prove D is true. So but this time, since it is a backward chaining, in the backward chaining you have to start with the D and let D is true, then C is true. Because D is true, then C is true, then C is true, then B is true, then B is true, then A is true. You just have to move backward and move towards A is true. So hope you understand the backward and forward chaining method. In forward chaining we will move from initial stage to the goal, and in backward chaining we move from goal to the initial stage. I hope you understand this lecture. We will meet soon in the next lecture with the new topics. Till then, thank you. Stay tuned.